Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm here with a spooky story. As always, you guys know the rules. Let's begin. The library was built in 1891. Tall windows set in brick, above floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, rows and rows of dusty stacks. Second floor, no one visited. I took a job there, shelving books and cataloguing old donations. It was a quiet Wednesday afternoon. I was hiding from my supervisor. I needed to tell her something. I found the staircase. It hid behind a rolling shelf in the archives, revealed when I pushed the stacks aside to retrieve a fallen atlas. Narrow spiral of stone steps descended into darkness. No signs, no railing. I should have told my supervisor. Instead, I took my phone out, turned on the flashlight, and stepped down. The temperature dropped with each turn. My breath fogged. After what felt like 10 flights, the staircase opened into a small room. Shelves lined the walls from floor to ceiling. Leather-bound notebooks, all the same size, filled each shelf. No labels. I pulled one at random. The first page was dated the 12th of March, 1954. The handwriting was neat. Bought milk. The cat vomited on the rug. It continued in mundane detail. I flipped to the last page. The stair creaked again. There's someone in the walls. The ink trailed off mid-sentence. I replaced it, opened another. The first entry was dated today. It described me discovering the staircase, turning on my phone flashlight, descending. My hand trembled. I flipped ahead. She's reading this now, the entry said. She hears footsteps behind her. I froze. In the silence, I heard the faint scuff of a shoe on stone. I turned. No one. Hello, I called, voice small in the stone room. It echoed back at me, slightly delayed. I looked up. The staircase spiraled above, vanishing into darkness. I should have left then. Instead, I took a notebook from an empty shelf. The paper was blank. A pen lay on the table. On the inside cover, in my own handwriting, was my name and today's date. My stomach dropped. I didn't write that. I set the notebook down. I turned to leave. The staircase went up and down. Steps I hadn't seen before descended further into shadow. The ones behind me looked different, narrower, slick with moisture. I climbed. My footsteps echoed. The air grew warmer. I climbed for what felt like minutes. When I emerged, I was in a different library. Same tall shelves, but the books were new, bright plastic covers. Kids ran between aisles. A teenage boy looked up from his phone at me. "You're new," he said. "This isn't the main branch," I stammered. He shrugged. "Depends which book you pick up." He held up a notebook identical to the ones downstairs. On the cover was his name. "How do I get back?" I asked. "Write your way out," he said. "If you leave a story behind, you don't need to carry it with you." I ran past him. The aisles stretched, the spines blurred. My heart raced. I clutched the blank notebook. Words began to appear on the pages as I ran. "She's trying to escape," they read. My name, my steps, my breath. I stopped. I opened to the last page. "She will become part of the collection," it said. My hand moved. holding the pen, writing though I didn't will it. "If anyone finds this," I wrote, "push the shelf back. Leave the staircase alone." The ink dried. I set the notebook on the shelf. The shelves shifted. I was back in the original archive, rolling stacks aside. The spiral staircase was gone. I held no notebook. Weeks later, my supervisor smiled. "New donation," she said. "Could you catalog it?" My hand shook as I reached for the pen. The leather-bound volume sat on my desk. My name was embossed on the cover. The first page dated the 3rd of September, 2025. I flipped through, searching for my entry, the one where I warned about the stairs. It wasn't there. I found the date written in neat block letters. Below it, a single word, catalogued, and beneath that, the beginnings of a new story. The library was built in 1981. Tall windows set in brick, above floor to ceiling bookshelves.